Hi guys, my name is Akshita and today I'm going to do an audio response to frequently asked questions regarding the Arda Viraf Nama. Now what is the Arda Viraf Nama? The Arda Viraf Nama is actually a Zoroastrian apocalyptic text that belongs to the Pahlavi literature of the 10th century CE. Viraf is the protagonist of this text and he is taking an otherworldly journey and visits the afterlife journey of the souls. Viraf is guided by two supernatural divine beings in his journey, Surush and Arday-Viraf. And as we know that in Zoroastrianism, it is said that on the dawn of the fourth day from the death, the soul meets a girl that personifies the person's conscience. The girl is better called Diana. The Diana of the good person is attractive and very beautiful, and leads the good soul through the Chinvad bridge to heaven. Whereas for the bad soul, who had done bad deeds throughout his life, is led by an unattractive Diana to hell, which is right under the Chinvad bridge. So the souls are experiencing both heaven and hell, and they are continuing to experience their journey in heaven and hell until the final judgment is going to take place, okay? Viraf, who was Viraf? Viraf was actually one of the most pious and righteous men among all the priests and was chosen as an in charge to clear any doubts people had regarding Zoroastrianism as a religion, and he was made an in charge by the king Arda-Viraf, the Sasanian kingdom. Viraf was chosen to take an otherworldly journey, and his journey is started by giving him wine, which makes him fall asleep for 7 days, and after he wakes up he tells what he saw in his journey. So after he fell asleep, he meets Surush, the first guide, with whom he ascends to the Chinvad bridge. And at the Chinvad bridge, he witnesses the peaceful condition of a good soul after death and its meeting with the good Diana. After the soul had crossed the bridge, Viraf crosses the bridge with Surush, and after crossing the bridge, he reaches heaven. In heaven, he is greeted by the souls of the deceased. He sees that the souls are dancing or are very happy. In heaven, he also sees that the souls are provided with delicious food. Surush also leads Viraf further in his journey to a higher place where Automasta is worshipped, and the view was so bright and luminous that Viraf passed out after experiencing that bright scene. In his journey to the heaven, he sees how souls have precious clothes and they're wearing crowns on their head. Good kings are flying in the air and they're wearing jewels, all sorts of jewels. He sees that the souls of the farmers who are in beautiful lands, they have their plants, trees, and people surrounded by women and musicians. He also sees that the souls of the shepherds who had protected their sheep and have done some sort of charity and were hospitable. They sit on thrones, have multicolored houses, they have horses, and this is where Surush also explains to Viraf that the real joy comes in the afterlife and asks Viraf to forward this message to humans. Further in his journey, Surush also tells Viraf to tell people not to mourn too much for their deceased. It's not making people or the souls in heaven or hell happy. And after heaven, he begins his journey to hell. In hell, Viraf sees that a woman is getting punished because she disrespected the menstruating purity laws. She was forced to eat excrements and blood, and he also witnesses that the punishment of a man who had sexual intercourse with a menstruating woman, and he sees that his mouth is filled with menstrual blood. Now, the sight of this, when you're reading this text, it's not a very pleasant scene. So I can't describe more punishments over here, but I'll just tell you one or two more. That he witnesses the punishment of a liar, where his tongue is pounded with stones. There are all sorts of punishments given to people for their committed sins, but what is most important is that the menstruation cycle of a woman is given a lot of importance. So a woman need to follow the purity laws, and if she doesn't, she is going to come to hell for sure. And after his journey to hell, he returns to heaven, where he sees the glory of the Order Master, who tells him to tell people not to turn away from the religion, because this religion can provide them with all sorts of comfort after life. Heaven and hell. This was when he met the Order Master. The glory of the Order Master. This scene was the last and the end of his journey, and he wakes up. And after he wakes up, he describes his journey to the people in the kingdom, and the king Arda-Viraf as well. I believe that heaven and hell both contrast each other as stereotyped always. And we saw that in heaven the souls are given a spiritual pleasure retreat or a special spiritual retreat, while in hell the souls are punished for their sins. I believe the purpose of showing both the good and the bad side could be to tempt people to choose the one side, the good one or the bad one. If they're told that if they do good deeds, they will get a better afterlife, but if you tell them that if they don't, they will get punished accordingly, as we saw how the soul of a liar got punished before. I think this is just creating fear among people to not to do bad things, so they don't have a bad afterlife. Because during difficult times, people suffer, and because they know that if they choose to endure their suffering, they will have a good afterlife. I think suffering somehow is producing hope among people for a better future. So in a way, yes, this text is providing emotional comfort, but providing people with example of being honest and truthful, or they can choose to not endure the pain and choose the wrong way and cheat people and then get punished in their afterlife. So I do believe that this text is somewhat providing emotional comfort to its people, and it is important when a person is really following a religion. I feel that people feel injustice in this world. They think they're not getting what they deserve. So for religion, they follow religion because it sort of provides them with the comfort that if you're doing the right thing in your life and not committing any sins, and you're suffering and you're not doing anything wrong, you will get a better life in heaven. And as Surush said, afterlife is what makes and gives you a better joy, a better sort of joy. Otherwise, you can choose to commit sin, cheat on people, kill your own suffering, and then go to hell for committing such sins. So I think people just are turning to religion to get sort of that comfort, that faith, that hope, to produce that hope that they will have a better future. They will have a better future after going through all the pain and the suffering. So this concludes my audio response. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.